Welcome to Let's Talk Jets Radio.
Mr. Primetime.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday for real.
Let's go beat those damn Eagles.
Let's
For
go
once.
for the first time ever.
Right?
And it's a lot of positivity amongst Jets Nation, where you have Jets coming off a win, Eagles coming off a loss a lot of people saw because it was right against the Giants. And it's a weird dynamic going on right now with this fan base.
Yeah, somehow everybody's still fighting. Right? There should be a lot of positivity right now. We just had the head coach kind of come out of his shell a little bit. Defense strung together some back-to-back games. Now we just need the quarterback.
Did you see the defensive coordinator with his "We're coming"? What really said?
Did he really? Oh,
Did you see it?
no, I didn't.
The dramatic pause.
No.
Oh boy. Well,
Shit.
yeah, we'll go over a lot of things. What's up, everybody? Let's see, a lot of people here, so which is awesome. Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it. How do you top the last stream? I'm not really sure. I want to apologize. We had a couple Eagles channels reach out to us to try to for us to go on their show and talk to them, but they're on the exact same times we're on. So it's just
shit.
I don't, and he's like, how about 9 o'clock tonight? How about this and that? And I'm like, I know Tyrone's busy, you're busy. And I'm like, we did what, 3 streams? We already did 2 streams this weekend tonight. It was like there was no time to really do it. So apologize to them. They got a lot of YouTube channels, man. I was surprised how many they have. So apologize for that. Let's see what else we got here. Good evening, Vinny. Congratulations to you. Also want to do a congratulations to Rachel too. Rachel, those guys, they're pregnant. She's pregnant, dude. They didn't tell. Yeah, her and Nick, they didn't tell anybody. And what was supposed to happen was Nick was supposed to come on and call in and talk and kind of announce it. And he didn't do it because I guess he was nervous to come on and actually do something. So we want to congratulate Rachel and Nick too as well. Nothing but the best of luck and health to their baby.
That would have been awesome if you came on and did that.
Yeah.
Congrats, man.
So congrats to them. Congrats to Vinny. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Jose? What's up, everybody? So Primetime, this game is fascinating for a litany of reasons. And like every other game over the last few weeks, the injury report's going to have a huge impact on this game. So you look at it where you start the Eagles side on offense, and the biggest thing is what quarterback is going to play. Jalen Hurts, questionable. There's nothing new to come out of the training, their practice today, where it's just like he said he's going to play. They're not going to tell you anything. If he can't and Minshew plays, it's a completely different dynamic on offense. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on that, man?
I think that's a huge difference. I mean, what was the only quarterback that we faced this year, really, that was somewhat mobile? Josh Allen, right? Other than that, I mean, maybe Tyrod Taylor, semi-mobile, but Josh Allen's the one quarterback that really gets after in the run game. And what did the Bills put up that day? I think that was the 50 spot, right? Yep. One of the 50 spots we gave up. So I think that completely changes everything as far as your approach on defense and how you would attack them. I would personally like our chances much better against Minshew. I think the Eagles. I'm pretty sure they lead the NFL in rushing this year.
Yep, they do.
So I mean, if you have Jalen Hurts out there, I just think that's a bad matchup for us with their speed.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is interesting, and the Eagle fans in many ways are like Jet fans, where 2 weeks ago Jalen Hurts was the answer, the franchise guy. He plays a clunker. They hate him. They want to get Russell Wilson or whoever else. So they're kind of like that, So but he is a dynamic player, man. He's got a cannon of an arm. Incredible athlete, and he starts running around RPOs and everything else. That number 1 ranked running game is very, very difficult to defend, especially when you look at the Jets' team speed on defense and some of the injuries they have. So you say Hurts is out. They also have a couple of running backs are out. Jordan Howard's out. Boston Scott's sick. They're not sure about him, but they still got some very capable running backs. So then it's like, okay, you have the Eagle number 1 rushing attack against the Jets defensive front. That's going to be without Sheldon Rankins. Fodakasi's injured, which is questionable. Those are 2 big pieces of your puzzle. You obviously have Quinton Williams, but then it's like you're going back to the legs. Well, you have Kyle Phillips. You got Nathan Shepard. Rankins being out, man, it could be a pretty big loss.
No, absolutely. And you could at least point to the fact that we do have some depth there. Unfortunately, we'll probably see a little bit more Nathan Shepard. I think that's the one guy we probably don't want to see more of with, all the penalty issues this year. Maybe it means that Quinnen Williams will play more than 60% of the snaps for once, which, would be nice to see. But yeah, I mean, the front seven in general, I think really needs to step up. They're going to be tested this week, especially if Hurts is playing.
Yeah, so the Eagles got a couple guys. What is it? Miles Sanders and Kenneth Gainwell. I mean, they got athletes, man. They got a lot of they're rushing.
I think the one stat I saw today was that they haven't had a 100-yard rusher all year, even though they actually lead the NFL in rushing yards, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, they had like 200 something yards. And the one equivalent everybody keeps making, and I think it's a very good one, is the Eagles defense mimics the Colts, or the Eagles offense mimics the Colts. And you know what the Colts did to us? The Colts put up 200 something yards of rushing yards against us, 260 or whatever the hell it was. So that's been, Saleh and Ulbricht's little point was like, listen, this is our chance to redeem ourselves. This is our chance to run, bounce back, because the Eagles' game plan is obvious. They want to run it down our throats, which opens up the passing game downfield to Devonta Smith and Dallas Scott and everybody else. You got to establish line of scrimmage, man.
That Colt game was probably the game where it just seemed like they were playing off on everybody. It was more reacting and less just playing with their hair on fire and attacking. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was just trying to contain their lanes, worried about the run game and everything else. But yeah, for the Eagles with what Hurts could do, I'm a little worried about that.
Yeah, but this is, the defensive game plan is pretty obvious, man. You've got to get after. You got to stop the run, man. Like
we haven't all year.
They played better again last week. I mean, they're slowly but surely doing things. But now with the way the Jets staff is talking, and I'm telling you, Saleh kept saying it, run defense is will. It's a matter of who wants it more. It's obviously you have your what area you want to cover and everything else, but it's just man-on-man football, dude. Shed your block, make a tackle, get after, be more physical, be more aggressive.
So you're saying we're coming on Sunday?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's what this is. So you look at the run offense, best in the NFL, man. If Hurts plays, he is very difficult to defend, but he's on a bum ankle. How much does that hinder him? Maybe make him more of a passer? I don't know. Minshew is he can run around too. He's a little crazy little guy. I'd be actually probably more scared of him because he's probably a little bit more of an accurate passer than Hurts, but he hasn't played though. So it's kind of like a wash there. You look at the Eagles passing attack, they have two things that scare me. A tight end that can catch the ball, that we've always struggled against tight ends, no matter when we know the tight end's going to be featured, like a Pitts, like everybody else we couldn't defend over the last 6-7 weeks. And then you have a ridiculously fast rookie receiver that can do so many different things in space. And the Jets defense seems to let those under, those zone gives a lot of free yards after the catch, which could be a dangerous game to play against Devonta Smith.
I forget what game it was. Maybe it was the Bengals, where it seemed like they finally were a little bit more aggressive. They were playing a little bit more man, and I think that's got to be the approach this week. I mean, Devonta Smith is one guy that could beat you. You could put safety help over the top, double him, and Goddard. I would like to think they'd be able to contain him, but you're right though. I mean, we haven't been able to stop tight ends all year.
Nope, and you have Elijah Riley, who everybody's tight. Elijah Riley and Ashton Davis as your safeties, which they're playing together more now, so they get a little more experience, but. Some of these matchups, the Eagles going against the Jets defense, I don't like at all. I'm not even being negative or whatever, but just being honest. Bryce Hall will have his hands full, but if Bryce Hall only stays on one side, if you go to the opposite side, who the hell? If they move Smith around, man, and he's that fast. I like him coming out of college. That's going to be a tough task for any corner. Guidry.
Who you putting out there? Guidry or Pinnock or Isaiah Dunn? You giving him a chance?
Isaiah Dunn has probably the speed for him.
Yeah, good point.
So you look at those matchups. So the Eagles offense, again, this is the kind of game where I was going to do a preview video today, but it's kind of like you almost want to wait till tomorrow and see who the quarterback is, because it's really hard to give a fair assessment other than they're going to try to run the ball down our throats, and you better react to it. And you better not come out slow, because you don't want to get behind 7-0, 10-0 like we do seem to do almost every week against this, because if they put together long drives, dude, this defense will get tired as shit. So, definitely don't.
The one positive about last Sunday, at least, they gave up a few of those long drives, but at the very least, they made a play at the end to make up for it. Franklin Myers with the interception, they got a couple sacks, so they were able to make the play where it mattered. So I feel like this Sunday is going to have to be something similar. I don't think we're going to see a lot of 3-and-outs from this defense, but if you can make the play once they're getting close, keep them to field goals or actually get some turnovers, you'll have a chance.
This other than the defensive line, this is an enormous game for Quincy Williams, Michael Carter, because you gotta maximize that team speed to get these guys if they do get their line. Because it seems like when everybody attacks the Jets, it goes right up the middle every friggin' time. It's right off center. And the Eagles' offensive line they're a bunch of beasts, man. You get Kelsey back this week. They got Landon Dickerson, who a lot of us actually wanted, ourselves. and then with the other guy's name, what Jordan
Lane Johnson, right?
I mean, their offensive line is a bunch of mammoths, man. They'll steal your soul if you let them. So it's like if our defensive line gets caught up into that, you need a linebackers, Mosley, Quincy Williams, tossed up, make big plays, man. And it's like Quincy Williams could have a 15 tackle game on Sunday, I think.
Yep. And they're talking him up as a potential Pro Bowler. So, I mean, they're saying he's got that ability. So, might as well fucking unleash him, right?
Yeah. So, big test for the Jets defense. Again, similar to the Colts. And it's going to be interesting to see how they react coming off the first whistle. And in front of a stadium, that's going to be interesting because, going into the Miami game, I think a lot of Jet fans were selling the tickets, didn't even care anymore. Nobody wanted to go. The Jets beat the Dolphins. Zach is back. Jets, so it's like, Texans, not Dolphins. They beat the Texans. Zach is back. Would more Jet fans be likely to go to this game?
I think you'll have some fans that show up just because Wilson's coming back, but I think the majority of fans, at least that I've talked to, that I know that go to games, a lot of people don't have any interest in going. A few that are going that I know are just going to tailgate, and other than that, nobody has interest in going into the stadium. So I think this could be one of those games where the Eagle fans really take over. They're still somewhat playing for something right now, and obviously they're 45 minutes away.
Yep. Yeah, that's the whole thing. I think the environment's going to be interesting, man. So the Jets want to get off to a fast start because you don't want to make it an Eagle home game, So you look at it on the offensive side of the ball, and this is where the takes go all over the place because the Eagles defense up front have some players I absolutely love. I'm a big Fletcher Cox fan. I always have been. They have guys that can get after it. That defensive line will push this offensive line up, I think, all over the place, to be honest with you. I think, obviously, we all like Vera Tucker, but I think the right side of the line, even with the LDT playing, even with Connor McGovern, they're going to get tested, man. I think the Jets going to have a real hard time running the football on Sunday. I really do.
Unfortunately, I feel like that's the only path. I mean, you're not going to have Wilson come out and throw it 40, 50 times, at least not based off of last week. And not to mention if, he's still a little bit banged up, less than 100%, you don't want him doing that. I feel like the only approach is really just to kind of stick with the ground game. Obviously, you got to, find ways to get creative with it. You could do Elijah Moore on some end arounds, but I think for the most part, they're going to try to keep it on the ground and just be selective with their passes, try to take some more deep shots instead of more of the dink and dunk stuff.
Yeah, but see, I think the Eagles defense, they got Darius Slay, very good corner. So you have like that. You have that, and I don't think Corey Davis is going to play. I think he's kind of like on that iffy, whatever.
Yeah, he was.
So you have
today,
that,
right?
Yeah. So it seems like the Eagles defense, the defensive front, tries to stop the run, sells out, gets after the quarterback, and it seems like they try to avoid giving up big plays. So they actually give you the short pass, which is where Zach Wilson struggles the most.
Yep.
So I'm curious to see how LaFleur handles this. I'm really, I don't know, man. Like the battles in the trenches on both sides, I don't have a lot of confidence in for some reason.
At some point, he's got to prove that he can hit those short checkdowns. So if they're there, obviously early on, I think you got to call him. But if he's struggling with it, why not take some more chances? I'm assuming he's healthy. Why not take some chances, roll him out, try to hit some of those deep shots, have him get his swag back that he had early on in the year. I think we can live with like some of the ups and downs. If he has 2 interceptions, but also has, 2 deep bombs for touchdowns, like you can live with more of that instead of like what we saw last week where, he was 14 of 24, $140.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather see much more of like the highs and lows than just like mediocre play, I guess.
Yeah, I'm concerned because the Eagles have like 4 or 5 or 6 guys that can get after their quarterback. They have like guys, and the thing is like they had they had the joint practices, and if you look at the joint practices, now that things went there, it wasn't good. So now,
so you're saying we can't run it, and we're not going to be able to throw the ball because we're not going to have time to throw it.
No, I would just, I'm not sure about that. I just have concerns about the trenches, man. Like their defensive line are against our offensive line. If you had to say which side's favorite, it's going to be theirs. I think they have better talent. They're more aggressive. They're going to be a lot more physical. The Jets' offensive line hasn't shown the ability to play some smash mouth, hard nosed football for 60 minutes. Yeah. So, and keep in mind, like the Eagles have something to play for here too, man. They're still a hunt for a playoff spot. They're coming off a bad loss. They know about it. They know they need this game. There's no extra kick in their ass. Like if the Eagles won last week, this could be considered a trap game. The Jets are sucked so bad. Don't worry about it. They're going to be hungry, motivated, pissed off. So you get that factor. And I think line versus line on both sides of the ball, I think they had advantage. I just do.
So what's the game plan then? Mims breakout game. Man. I keep seeing it in the chat. Maybe he'll get some opportunities this week. I don't see why not. You're fucking 3-8, so you might as well give the kid a chance.
A Berrios breakout game. To me, if you're gonna have your passing attack, you need big games from like Berrios, Crowder, and more. But like the quick slants, man, like don't make it hard for him.
not for nothing with Mims, at least if you are going to go with like a heavy run approach, at least he's going to give you some, some effort with it, with his blocking, big size, he gets after it there. So I don't know.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a lot of interesting matchups. Eagles only play the cover 2 shell against top end quarterbacks with deep threats. They've been playing more man coverage and blitzing now. Yeah, that's exactly it. And if you can play man against our receivers, I mean, obviously Elijah Moore's our biggest threat, but other than that, I mean, they got good corners and they got a pass rush, man. So I'm fascinated to see how confident Jet fans are going into this game. I think they look at the Eagles like, oh, Jalen Hurts sucks. This team sucks. No. But I think they're probably a little bit better than they're getting credit for because they got a lot of talent, man. They're obviously Hurts is a rookie quarterback. Sirianni's a first-time head coach. But, I mean, they have an identity. They have an identity. They have strengths to their team. We have no identity, no strengths, and we have a quarterback that right now is a little bit shaken.
Which is pretty shocking considering that first press conference. I mean, I thought the Eagles were headed down a pretty dangerous path where they were going to be like a bottom 3 or bottom 5 team this year. So you give him credit. I mean, he's held that team together, and the offense is playing pretty well. Quarterback has, I think, exceeded expectations to this point, and I think that what we've seen from our defense as far as stopping the run, I think that's a huge mismatch for us right now.
Yep, disgruntled Jet fans plus Eagle fans. This is Zach's most hostile crowd.
There's gonna be fights everywhere.
Dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad
because you're gonna have both fan bases can be liquored up because they just both fan bases party like crazy, and they're both gonna be just any kind of adversity. They're both gonna be angry, so it's gonna be interesting, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just Hurts' second year. Yeah, I mean he's young though, dude. I'm like he's a young guy that's just learning how to play the game still, and he's trying to find himself a little bit. So it's just, and he's got a lot of ability, man. If he was playing at full health, I would be a lot more. I would have a lot more of an opinion on the score here. Right now, it's a 7-point spread, which could be changed based on if Minshew's starting or not. So it's interesting, man. Are you going? What's the deal? Not going?
No,
we're streaming.
Guess we are.
We're streaming. Does that mean we're going to Breaking Benjamin tomorrow night? Want to go see Breaking Benjamin in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania?
What? You can tell me about that.
Yeah, I just saw it, dude. $30 a ticket. Breaking Benjamin acoustic.
Ooh. I might be down. I might be down. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, dude, they're phenomenal, man. We should do it. All right, so if you guys have thoughts on the game, so we're not going. Sorry, John, you're not going, but we're real quick, if anybody wants tickets and parking, hit me up. So don't go to wasted the last 2. Yes. Let's see. So Primetime's missed some games, man. This is a different year for everybody. Everybody's got things going on.
Yeah, rough year.
Look at the point differential between the Eagles and the Jets. I mean, there's a lot of stats you can look at. The one stat that sticks out the most to me is they're leading the league in rushing. So they can get after the quarterback, and they're aggressive. And I don't know.
that Colt game, you just put that one in my head, like where they were going every play on the ground, 9-10 yards untouched. Like that's my fear for this game, where we're just more concerned about staying in our lanes, and we're not having that attacking mindset that we had a little bit more the last 2 weeks.
Yep. So what's the ballpark number for the ticks and parking? Clancy wants to know.
It's free, man. I'm not gonna charge. I'm not charging anybody to go see this shit.
That's like the one guy.
I couldn't do that in good faith. Like I really couldn't.
Yep. So if you want to get prime time like a case of Truly or something, I'm sure he would appreciate that. I mean,
I'd be fine with that.
I just want to see prime time at the game again, so I can see his halftime preview. Prime time and Tyson, did you hear Sal get a team 2 days off practice? Irresponsible? No, that's called Victory Monday, man. They're off on Tuesdays. You win Victory Monday, so you get 2 days off. Happens a lot across the NFL.
Why do you get Tuesday off?
That's their day off, dude. That's like always a day off.
Always?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's why Victory Monday is a big thing. You get 2 days off in a row. You're excited about it.
It's just what we need.
Jets will need to run the ball and quick passes. I mean, so what's everybody's level of confidence with Zach Wilson? Because did anybody see Dan Orlovsky's breakdown of him?
I did. I saw some of it.
Some almost like what we were saying, but we're only just fans. So we don't know anything.
You would think with 14 quarterback coaches, like one of them might spot one of these things that he's pointing at. I don't know.
Pretty wild. And, the more and more you see it, like, obviously we talked about, the loss of Greg Knapp, may he rest in peace and everything like that. But it's like, what exactly does Matt Cavanaugh bring to the table then? Like you have a lot of chefs in the kitchen, maybe putting, no food being produced. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, the level of confidence, like what's your level of confidence in Zach Wilson right now? Because like a lot of people want to attribute last week to being rusty, being out for a few weeks. Yeah. What do you think?
I was laughing because I was just going back to training camp where they were doing all those drills with the medicine ball and instead of actually like throwing passes. But yeah, anyway, yeah. I mean, my confidence level, I'm not very confident because I don't really know the extent of his knee right now, and the fact that he took like one bad shot on it last Sunday and he had to get it looked at. I don't know if that's limiting as far as like what LaFleur is willing to call. If they're not rolling him out as much, they took him out on the 2-point conversion. They let Josh Johnson run it. So I wonder how healthy he is. But I do think he got rid of, at least some of the rust and some of the nerves that were probably present last week. And I expect a better performance this week. The bar is pretty low. I'm not even looking for, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns or anything crazy like that. Give me, a little over 200 yards. I'll even accept 1 interception, hopefully not more than that. 2 touchdowns. I'm good with that. The bar's pretty low. Just don't, hit the open receivers, operate the offense. Like we can't make it any more basic than that.
Yeah, see, and I'm more fascinated to see how he handles adversity if the line starts to fail him. He starts taking some big shots. If he's forced to run around a little bit more, because last week when he started running around a little bit, even on the run, he wasn't throwing nice passes. He was just like throwing worm burners, missing guys all over the place. How is he going to handle if the line falls apart and they start hitting him or getting pressure on him consistently? Because usually his mobility and athleticism was a strength. You're like, wow, when he's on the run out of the pocket, that's what you see his best. We haven't seen that either. So it's just there's so many different things that I'm not sure what to expect out of him. Like I'm concerned. I think he's got a lot of room to grow, and it's going to happen very fast. And you got to get him as comfortable as quick as possible. And they tried that last week, and he wasn't comfortable. Like you can't mail in a first half. Like he's got to play better in the first quarter. He's got to play better in the first half, and you need that more than ever now. I think.
I'll keep saying what I've been saying for a while. Like he's got to hold on. Fuck.
What'd you do? You left me. All right, I'll go to some questions. Look at his college tape compared to his pro tape. His mechanics are horrible. It'll be nice for our defense to play with a lead for once. All right. I just want Zach to hit the checkdowns. Please just do that at least. I would agree with that. I think Primetime's running to the bathroom. This is the Jets Super Bowl. Beat the Birds for the first time in history. I mean, it's not the Super Bowl, but it'd be a big statement to just keep, stringing good performances together. That'd be really nice to see. So that would be good. What else we got here? Gonna miss primetime raising hell, but the home crowd being quiet. I think it's gonna be a rowdy crowd, but I think it's just gonna be, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how the Eagles fans, how much impact they have on the game. Zach needs to get the hero ball mentality out of his head. Yeah, I don't think it was even hero ball. He's just got to play better fundamental football, man. He's got to make the easy reads and make the easy throws. He can't even do a friggin' screen pass right now. I saw the Orlovsky video. Tyson, that's an indictment on the staff and Zach Wilson, but he's a rookie. I give him the benefit of doubt. Our team has never shown the ability to develop quarterbacks. But see, Travis, I don't agree with that. I don't give anybody the benefit of doubt. They got to show what they're doing here. I mean, you have a staff that's fundamentals. Like you want to see your quarterback learn the fundamentals and the basics first and grow from there. So, they got a lot to prove. They got a lot to prove. Primetime's back. What's up, man? Oops, I lost you again.
Shit. Sorry about that, man. My bad.
Yeah, they're good. So Trav was saying, he saw the Orlovsky video. It's indictment on his staff, but he's a rookie. I give him the benefit of doubt. I mean, we're giving everybody the benefit of doubt, but they have to improve. Like if there's glaring fundamental problems and they're not addressing them week in and week out, that's a legitimate problem, man.
No, absolutely. And like just going back to your argument with him, like he should start every week. I don't think anybody's questioning whether or not Wilson should start, but I think you got to be honest, like mid-game, whether or not he's giving you the best chance to win, whether or not he's actually developing and gaining confidence, or the offense is stagnant. So I think you have to go game by game. And, if he's having, some of the highs and lows, you can live with that. If it's all lows, if it's, 4 interception games, 140-yard games, missing open receivers, that's where I think you have to draw the line and say 3 other quarterbacks already played better.
Yep.
Everybody else is, trying to win in that locker room. So they deserve a legitimate shot.
Heard the Jets have never beat the Eagles in all-time matchup. Is that true? Yeah. That is true, unfortunately. Yeah. I've been to...
What was it, 0-11?
Yeah, I've been to like 3 or 4 of those losses. No tailgate for us, man. We're not going to the game, so enjoy it. Have a great time. And then I was watching the Saints defense last night. It's like, woof. Just Taysom Hill sucks, but man, the Saints defense is going to be another challenging one for him.
It still pisses me off that after losing to Mario and actually getting him back, that we let him go again.
Yep, he's playing. He's playing such good football for so long now, man. Like an all-pro level.
He's what the locker room need. I'm not saying that's not C.J. Mosley, but like they need more guys like him.
Yep. Can we get a halftime cooking show?
Ooh, possibly. We haven't done one of those all year.
Win or lose, Zach needs to show that he can play with composure. Yeah, he's got to like little by little, he's got to show that he can make the short throws, read defenses, be a little more consistent, maybe put together like a 60-minute game, not like 15 minutes, 25 minutes, like put together a full game here. And that would buy him so much wiggle room if he could put together a full game. Like, you know what I mean? Like then you say, okay,
but even that right now, that's a huge leap for where he is right now. Because he's not even, I mean, how many drives is he having that look successful? Not many. Yeah. Right. I mean, he's missing open receivers on a consistent basis. So I'm not even concerned right now with a full 60-minute game where he looks amazing. Just give me the basic throws, operate the offense like the other quarterbacks were doing. Slowly take those baby steps.
Yep.
I think that's where he's at right now, what he's got to do.
Too early to tell about Wilson. Let's have him ride this out and wait till the season for a full analysis. I mean, Brian, you're going to have 2 or 3 years to figure out who he is, but piece by piece, he's got to start showing that he can do certain things. Like there's times where he looks like he's so overwhelmed that shouldn't be in the game. Like that's got to be, those concerns have got to be away where it's like, listen, if he's struggling to read a certain defense and forcing a throw here and there, it's fine. But the throws he's missing now aren't, I mean, these are basic shit, man. So, and then we got always, your best friend, but we'll see. Go ahead.
The one thing I was just going to say, just to Sam, like, and again, I don't want to go back to him or defending him, but the one thing that's very, very different about when he was hurt and when he had mono, the other quarterbacks that you were putting in there did nothing. McCown was 0-3. Jets got blown out in 2 of those 3 games. Luke Falk was historically bad. So, like, you can make the case at that moment he gave you the best chance to win. Right now, you just had 3 quarterbacks that came in and did significantly better than the quarterback who's out there. So if the message is, like you were saying, about culture, locker room, things like that, trying to establish a culture of winning, obviously building the quarterback up is the most important thing right now. But if it's that bad where other guys can't develop, it becomes a problem.
Yeah. So the other thing too is that, they practiced against the Eagles. So you have an idea there. You played against the Colts as well. So you have like familiarity. There shouldn't be a lot of excuses. Like, what they're going to do. You have a feeling what they're going to do. You have an idea what their talent is. I mean, just get out there and play, man. Play quality football. So what's up, Anthony? How you doing, man? You haven't been there for a while, so that's good. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. The O-line has been better. I mean, I'd say it's been better, especially with Van Roten out. They're going to get tested on Sunday, man. They are going to get tested. I mean, there is no doubt about it. All of them. The whole, I mean, and you have Morgan Moses banged up. I mean, it's going to be interesting, man. Very, very interesting.
He's banged up, and even LDT had some struggles last week.
Yeah. Not according to PFF.
I know it's an upgrade from Van Roten, but yeah, I mean, there were a few plays that didn't look too good.
And this is a good point too. If they give Mims a lot of playing time, he cannot drop the ball. Completely agree. He was awful with that Colts game, right? Was that the game he dropped like 3 passes?
Was it? I forget already.
It was probably one of those. All the bad performances kind of mix in together. So
the Bengals, I think he had the drop touchdown right in front of us.
Right in front of us. Yeah, I think the Colt game he dropped like 3 because then he was out for 2 weeks because of COVID. Yeah. So that's, on offense, it's all eyes on Zach Wilson, how they handle it, especially if they can't run the football. Defense, stop the run, try to avoid the big plays. I mean, this reminds me of the Falcons game where you have 2 guys you got to key on, Smith and Goddard, right? That's kind of what you're looking at there. If you're being, obviously the running backs, but like 2 people in the passing game to watch out for.
It's been almost every game this year, though. 2 guys you got to watch out for: Jonathan Taylor and Michael Pittman, or Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. I mean, like we know how teams are going to attack us. Now we got to show we can stop it.
Yeah. So you got, they have good running backs. It's just interesting, man. Like I've been like on Twitter reading all the Jet fans like, oh, this is our game, like big win. I'm like, it's a 7-point spread for a reason. Yeah. Obviously the quarterback can change a little bit if it's Minshew, who he's still a very competent and competitive quarterback, can do a lot of good things with his legs as well. Probably could rally his team. So let us know what your thoughts are, what you think. Nobody says Mims stinks. He's had an awful year, man. This year's been a nightmare for him between injuries, COVID, being sick, drops, being benched because he's not playing special teams or whatever else.
Doesn't know all 3 receiver positions.
Yeah. So you guys going to do the picks tonight? Of course. Taking the Jets 27-20. There you go. A question from Eric. Do you think we can get the running game going early?
They're going to have to.
I don't think they can.
They have no choice. I don't think they can,
dude.
That's going to be a long day.
I mean, I just don't like. Do you like any of the matchups with their defensive line against anybody in our line?
Do you like Zach Wilson dropping back 45 times?
No.
There you go.
I'm just being honest. Like, I mean, I don't have.
I think they're going to take more of the cautious approach, even if it's not working. They're going to have the mindset of let's just wear them down. Hopefully, we can get first downs, and they're going to stick with a heavy run approach.
I wish they had Michael Carter this week. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to do anything, you like to get these guys out of the backfield. Like Ty Johnson's shown some ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. Tevin Coleman, you get Austin Walter. Maybe they bring him more, and maybe they get him a lot more involved. Use some speed from him.
Could do that.
I don't know, man.
Maybe play P. Ryan. Run him in between the tackles a little bit. That power back.
We got a P. Ryan mention? Did you lose me?
You there? You froze for a little bit.
I figured. Saying you had a P. Ryan mention just now?
Yeah, why not? We're 3-8. Him, Mims, like these guys should be playing right now.
Hey, did you see this? Did you see the new head coach of Notre Dame, how he's introduced and how the players rallied around him?
Yeah. I heard the heavy accent that he had.
Oh, that's Brian Kelly and down in LSU. Yeah. But no, the new coach in Notre Dame.
They have a new coach.
Yeah, of course, man.
Oh, who? I didn't even hear about that.
You just watch. I'll send you the video.
Oh, shit. I saw Brian Kelly's exit interview. That was very inspiring.
Then his little thing in the basketball game was terrible. Yeah. So if you guys want to share your predictions, feel free to fire them out. 9-6 Eagles, 40-10 Eagles. Zach sucks.
Oof.
Oh, boy.
Shit. Damn.
This feels like the stream before the Pats game. You know what it is, though? Like, I try to do, I don't do excessive amount of research on this because these teams, we're not looking for a playoff spot or anything like that. But I watch the Eagles because they're down the street from me. They're 45 minutes away. So we get a lot of Eagle coverage around here. I like a lot of players that they have. So it's tough, man. It's tough to be completely, and not be like Jets homer and say, oh, I think they should blow them out. So they have matchups, I think, that favor them. I think their defense favors them. I think their rushing attack favors them. So you got 17-7 Eagles, 35-3 Eagles.
That's 35-3 Jets.
Oh, 35-3 Jets. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
37-28 Jets. Oh, shit. See, Jet fans are some inspired ones here. 33-13 Eagles, 14-13, 40-10. Austin Walter goes for 110 yards. That'd be interesting.
Shit.
Jets winning 20-17. It'd be nice to see the Jets get back-to-back wins. Wouldn't that be something we haven't done forever?
That and actually beat the Eagles.
Boston Scott with 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's assuming he's going to play, though. Isn't he sick? He's questionable on the injury report right now.
Yeah, it's Howard that's out, and I think he was questionable, right?
I like Miles Sanders, too. They got some guys. And that Gainwell, I think, is pretty fast, too. Zach wakes up 35-31.
I'll take a shootout.
Yeah. 21-17 Jets. When will the Jets get a new kicker? They keep trying them out.
They've got one right now that's practicing with them, so maybe they'll activate him.
2-0. And John Frankelmeyer earns another contract with a winning safety. Let's see. If the Eagles lose, I'm prepared to be in fights with Eagle fans. I'm seeing the 300 section. It's a pretty good bet.
Oof, good luck.
31-17 Eagles. Oof. Everyone ends up being questionable for the Eagles, ends up playing. Well, that's good to know. So that means you think Jalen Hurts is going to play too then.
So they do the Belichick shit?
Yeah.
Just put everybody on the injury report.
Maybe Jalen Reagor can drop some more passes and help us a little bit. Eagles haven't had a 100-yard rusher all year. No way they're rushing for over 100. They ran for over 200. I mean, they have the best rushing offensive football.
They have the most yards, just not one individual 100-yard rusher.
They keep rotating in all kinds of different backs.
Which means their offensive line fucking dominating. Yep.
Let's see. So you got 28-23 Jets. Alex Kessman, I think, is the practice squad kicker.
Why not?
Yep. Here's Anthony bringing it back. 27-23 Jets. Zach Wilson lights up for 338 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Could you imagine? It'd be great to see, but I don't see it happening. Yeah, I don't know.
Be a nice sigh of relief for the last 5 games.
Yeah, I mean, if Hurts plays and can run, that's going to be interesting, man, because then he changes the whole game for them. The Jets team speed, sideline to sideline, I'm not sure if can keep up with them. this feels like a type of game where we don't score a point.
Oh shit.
Which defensive line do you have more confidence in, theirs or ours?
Probably theirs.
Which offensive line do you have more confidence in, just in terms of dominating it and establishing a running game? Theirs. Yep. Our defensive line will come to play. I mean, the defensive coordinator is calling them out, man. This is their bounce back statement game, according to the Jets, to get rid of the stench of the Colts debacle.
Ulbrich really said we're coming.
Yep. He said something like that. It was like a speech, and he had a dramatic pause, and then it's like, boom. So he said, I think he said we're coming. You got to watch it, man. Today's press conference. Today's or yesterday? It was yesterday's. You got to watch it, man. How bad do you guys think it will be if he performs again? Bad. Meaning Zach Wilson? It won't be good, man.
It's going to be a hostile crowd.
But if Zach struggles again mightily, where it's like he has the same start he had last week, this week at home, disaster. Absolute disaster.
You think they bench him?
No. I mean, because he bounced back, in the second quarter last week a little bit, and then really came back on the third. So, I don't know. It's a tough spot, though. Sal's going to have his hands full with that. Diane says, I have a feeling this is the one game that we have everything that we have every year that we absolutely show out, like the Jets-Raiders game a year or two ago. Was that the Bengals game already?
That's what I thought it was.
I mean,
we had two of them already.
I would like to see that. I mean,
I think we maxed out.
Yep. Eagles O-line is veteran. Look at Landon Dickerson, too. But they got some that one guy, what the hell's his last name? The guy Jordan Mailata, whatever. Jason Kelsey. I mean, they got some guys that you need a monster game from Quinnen Williams. Absolute monster game.
Keep him on the field.
Take away the run game and make Hurts throw the ball. He isn't good at throwing the ball. He has some accuracy issues, but he could also run, man. You got to keep him in the pocket, too. And he's got a cannon. So
we haven't been able to take away the run from anybody this year.
Let's see. Only Jets can draft a quarterback second overall that can't throw a dump off or screen. It's early, though, man. There's plenty of time to improve. And you got to keep in mind that Joe Flacco knows their offense, too. Joe Flacco can give us some insight. Maybe that's right. our hidden weapon. That's
why we made the trade.
That's right.
That'll justify the pick.
Yep, that's why he's worth his weight in gold. Right? Isn't that what Salah said? So if you guys want to share your picks on this game, with your picks, your player of the game, things you want to share, and then prime time we'll do ours. We're not going to do any kind of crazy long preview because this game is what it is. And there's just a lot of unknowns, especially with the injuries and just a lack of faith in certain aspects of the team. So, and then we'll give ours. I think I'm probably a lot more negative in this game than primetime is. You guys hit the like button, that'd be great as well. The Jets keep Flacco but release James Morgan, make it make sense. Well, they brought, I mean, it's like a practice squad thing for Morgan, and I don't think he was signed anywhere else. It's not a hot commodity, I don't think. Let's see. So we hired 40 quarterback coaches, and all we needed was Flacco. Who knew? Get Elijah Moore the football. I agree with that.
That'd be nice.
Trav got the Jets 24-17 primetime.
Ooh, like it.
If Zach has a bad game, you have a ton of Jet fans start talking about making a move for Russell Wilson. That ain't happening, though. No. They're not happening, man. We need to trade Zach Wilson to the Seahawks? That's not happening.
What is he, 34 already? No.
Are you guys going to watch some college football tomorrow? I mean, obviously. There's been some great ones, man. Hello, boys. 5 a.m. here. Will the legend be signing my Trust in the Process shirt? I can get him to if you want. He's down there drinking beers right now. You probably don't want his autograph right now because I think he's a little bit drunk. So
he'll do the Conor McGregor signature. Just put a line on it.
I hate that shit. Russell Wilson is washed. He'll be a hot commodity next year, man. I think he's going to the Giants. So I love me some Aiden Hutchinson. It's fair enough. They want us to start doing UFC streams again, prime time.
Could do that. Maybe
in the cold winter months when there's absolutely nothing to do. All right, I guess you guys have shared your score predictions. We'll start sharing ours. Prime time, your Jets, Eagles, MetLife Stadium prediction.
Do I have to?
I mean, that's what we're here for.
I think this is a terrible matchup for the Jets on defense, just to be honest. I think that if Hurts is healthy and playing, which I think he's going to, I think the Jets are going to have a really tough time stopping the run. But I do think, like last week, they're going to make some plays where it counts in the red zone, possibly even a pick or two. So I think the defense, it's going to be more bend but don't break, but they're going to be on the field a lot. I think they're going to tire a little bit towards the third and fourth quarter. Offensively, like I said, I think it's going to be a heavy run approach, and then just being selective with your shots downfield. I don't think it's going to be as much dink and dunk. I think LaFleur is going to try and get a little creative here, maybe even some up-tempo shit, roll Zach Wilson out, have him, take some deep shots, get a little bit of that swag back. I'm going with, believe it or not, I'm actually going with the Jets coming out with an upset here. 27-23. Go Jets.
What?
Yep. It's not going to make sense. There's going to be a lot of highs and lows, like I was saying before, but somehow, even though they're probably going to get outplayed, they're going to make the plays in the end where it matters.
All right. Well, then I'm going to be the complete opposite you then, because I think the Eagles are going to try to bounce back here in a big way. I think they're going to be more physical on both sides of the ball. So on offense, obviously they're going to try to run the ball. I'm actually more worried if Minshew plays than Hurts. If Minshew plays, I think he's a better passer, will run around, do a lot of things, and then the Eagles will probably run their offense probably a little more efficiently. So that I'd be, but if Hurts plays too, there's a lot of things. But their offensive line against our defensive line, I don't like the matchup. Tried to cover Goddard. We've never covered a tight end forever. So there's just not, it's just how I feel, man. It's just how I feel, Anthony. I'm sorry to disappoint you here. So you look at that. So I say, their offense versus our defense, I give them the advantage. Our offense versus their defense, Zach Wilson is still just swimming. I think he's overwhelmed. I'm thinking they may try to reel him in with a conservative game plan, which won't help the cause because their defensive line will probably at times dominate our offensive line. We see it week in and week out. The Texans have done it. There are spurts when the offensive line doesn't play well. If that happens this week and you let Fletcher Cox create havoc, he will. And that's where Zach starts throwing turnovers and making mistakes. So the Jets can't run the football. I don't have faith in Zach throwing the ball 35, 40 times. I don't. I just don't. And until he plays better, you start having more confidence in that. But you can only go based on his last performance. And last week wasn't good. So if he played well last week, you can start having more confidence of opening up the offense, doing more things. So I don't see that. I think the stadium is going to be – the Jets have to start off fast. They cannot come out slow. They cannot come out sleepwalking, especially on defense, because the Eagle fans will be there. They'll be loud. They'll be proud. And that'll turn into an ugly environment for a Jet home game. Just we've seen it before. And this one, there's going to be a lot of fans there, especially with the Eagles still in a playoff hunt. They got a lot to play for, man. So I don't have any confidence like you do, Primetime. I think the spread is 7. I'd give 10. I think it's going to be like 28-10, 28-13. I think it's going to be – they're going to be more physical, more aggressive. And I don't think the Jets can match up with it. And I hope I'm wrong. I'd love to see Quinn Williams have a big day. I'd love to see Elijah Moore have a big day. I'd like to see a lot of really good things happen. But to me, it's just line play, man, on both sides.
Just to clarify, I don't think what you're saying is wrong. I could easily see the Eagles, having like a time of possession, something like, 37-23, something crazy like that. I just think where it matters, somehow we're going to get the stops, a big interception, something to change the game, maybe even a big special teams play.
We need it.
And in the end, they'll pull it out. It won't make sense, but they'll pull it out.
But like Rankins being out and Fatukasi being hurt is a problem. I think John Franklin Myers is banged up too. Like there's just things where it's just like, so dude, you don't want a sign in your shirt, man. You want to have a nice shirt. What do you want our scribble on that for? We can't. We'd ruin it. It'd be ugly. Well, we would do it, but it'd ruin the shirt for you. Yeah,
I read a little message on it or something.
Yeah, we could send you something. We have other shit we'll give you, but we're not gonna write in your shirt. But I just don't have confidence, dude. I just think they have a lot to play for, and we're trying to play for. Oh, we're gonna, our bounce back game to prove you wrong, and it's just, I don't know. So we'll see. I want to be wrong. I truly do. I want Zach to play well in the worst way because I'm tired of being on social media, fighting with people about, is he a bust? Is he not? Be patient, trust the process, all this shit. We're tired of dealing with that, So.
Yeah, he's got 6 weeks to, kind of at least turn some of those narratives and build up some positive momentum heading into next year. Again, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like I was saying, it doesn't got to be, 300-yard games. Just, do the basic shit. Yep. I think most fans will be happy. And,
and the one weird thing was I was reading this one Philadelphia guy kept sending me his shit. I don't know why, but he's like, I don't know, no idea why. And he's like, Jets don't have playmakers. I'm like, that's not really true. Like they have playmakers. Like I don't know how all of a sudden you're discounting, Moore and Crowder and all these guys like Barrios. They're all competent receivers. When we didn't have playmakers, it was back in like the Clyde Gates, David Nelson days. Like the Jets have players, they just haven't been like we saw it with Josh Johnson and Flacco, and even with Mike White, just hasn't like clicked with Zach Wilson yet. So I don't think talent, like they have enough talent to compete and make this a very good game. It's on the quarterback to play better.
Yep. No, the receivers are definitely good enough. Obviously, in the backfield, it hurts not having Carter, but Ty Johnson, he's serviceable, and we saw what Austin Walters can do. So
and Tevin Coleman could do well enough. It's just like if you make the easy pass, you can open up your offense more. They haven't done that. Yeah, and this is a good question from Esteban: is do the Jets come to this game with a little extra juice, considering Jets haven't beaten the Eagles in franchise history? I'm sure Sal's going to harp on that. Play for pride. Let's change history and all the other shit.
What does that really matter to the guys in that locker room? They weren't a part of any of those games.
Yeah, but it's a talking point, dude. When you're 3-8, you got to find talking points. You got to find something to rally the troops. Like, we're going to change our culture.
That right there is your talking point. We're 3-8. Show some fucking pride. Like that. That's your talking point. Who wants to be here next year? That's your talking point.
Listen, I'm just trying to rally the
11 historically against the Eagles, when not one guy in that locker room was a part of those games. Well, I mean, why should they care?
I'm just saying that's something like you could ride a locker room. Like, we're going to change history. This is our first step of changing our culture and
change history.
Listen, man, I just know coach speak. This is what we hear all around here all the time. So hope you guys enjoy the game. We will be streaming for it. We'll be loaded with Trulies. So enjoy the game, and we'll talk to you guys on Sunday.
Have a good night.